Well, most of our listeners are located in the United States, which you would consider the United States an advanced economy. And that sounds like a good thing, but you say that can actually often mean people are less equipped to deal with the uncertainty or crisis. Can you explain that?
Yeah, thank you, Gary, for pointing that out. It was one of the big counterintuitive insights that emerged from our early work and study of this, that stability is in fact a double-edged sword. While it can foster prosperity and that predictability can allow you to deploy capital with more confidence, it can also lead to complacency and to a lack of preparedness. And advanced economies, for instance, have enjoyed a period of stability that has led to some immense prosperity. But in the absence of any extended periods of uncertainty or crisis, they tend to lack resilience. If you look back across the long sweeping arc of history, there's been a more or less 80-year period, a golden age of stability, one might argue, that began after the Second World War and has led up until the last 10 years or so. And it's only now, literally a lifetime ago, that leaders are having to confront the kind of sudden and unexpected regime change or shifts in policy or macroeconomic conditions, inflation and so forth, that haven't persisted for a generation. And so we don't have the muscle memory for how to deal with that. You contrast that with frontier economies where they understand intuitively that building resilience is essential for survival and success, because they have to deal with this not once every 25 years, but once every 25 minutes.
Well, you're putting your finger on something really important there, Gary, because it's one of the counterintuitive things about the book is that advanced economies in general, but businesses operating in advanced economies have something to learn from the way businesses, and particularly family businesses, operate in frontier markets, right? There's an analogy that we use that I think sort of works very well for this. There's some research in biology that the closer you live to a developed health system, the weaker your immune system is. It's sort of the organizational analog of that very construct. We begin to take for granted all of the things that we have, the institutional frameworks, the markets, the regulatory systems that provide law and order, and so forth and so on. And before you know it, you just assume that that's the way life is. All of a sudden, you get something like COVID come in, and then it turns your world upside down. And for family enterprises that succeed over generations in volatile environments, that's just a way of life. It's chronic. It's not episodic.